Hi, I'm Mensa. I post a game every day until I reach 500 elo. I am currently rated 440. Okay, so we're white. We're going to get into London moves. And my opponent is 436. Okay. So I do find that London is something that I often get to be very developed with. My pieces get very developed. And I like to get this mount he put out, though I always bring this pawn up so there's no pinning it. And there's no knight that's going to get in there as well. Okay, so now bishop is being attacked there, so I will retreat it. We don't want to wreck our pawn structure. And my mountie is going to come up here. And my young priest, usually I like to put it on king 2 because we don't like to throw them way out there. They have castled. And okay, so there's a lot of development on both sides, which is good. I do find a lot of times I'm attacked very early by the queen and she continues to try to give me a hard time, but I give the queen a hard time, and basically I get free moves because I develop my pieces and attack the queen, and then they have to obviously move their queen. So I like to get castled. I probably put my queen up to here to queen 2, so my rooks are connected. Knight's coming in. Now the knight is looking here, which is protected. That is protected, and everything is that pawn there. So it is a lone knight, but the bishop is also looking here, so we don't want to lose track of the fact that there is two pieces looking on my king side, and they also have their bishop here. So we don't want to cause any too much breakthroughs. And their queen is now involved. So my first thinking is I would like to eventually put that pawn up attacking the knight. Though for right now I am going to get the queen put there, and they take my bishop, so I obviously am going to take back. So if I end up taking with this pawn here, I have a whole thing for my rook to just look down where his queen is there. My knight, okay, I gotta watch their knight, definitely. And if my knight goes up here, stops anything that the queen is going to be able to do, and it will attack this bishop. So the more I can get off in the way for my attacking the queen with my rook, that would be very good. So that will be kind of what I want to focus on. So they're bringing their rook over there. And I can't double my rooks because of that knight. So if I bring that knight over here, the knight is under attack, and if I take the defender of that knight off, then it's sitting there pretty much just going to be taken, so they might move their queen, but they can't obviously move it there. So there are two pieces that I am attacking, and when I take that, then obviously, actually, if I take the knight, well, they've moved their queen, so that made that a little difficult. I was going to say they can't take back. So now they've made it so they can take back. So I take that, and then their bishop is in there. And I can also take this, then their queen would go, the queen can't take back because my rook, so I am obviously going to do that. The pawn could take back, and that is the only thing that they can do. Actually, that opens that file there for their rook, so I gotta watch that. Because now if I take, then their pawn is going to be there. And there is obviously, this is not protected. If I take that, there are other things I could do. I don't want to lose focus on the fact that there is a queen and a knight both coming in on my king side, and I don't like it. So we're going to take the knight off. They might decide to take with their queen, and no, they take with their pawn. Okay, so now this is protected by the queen, and I need to get my rooks doubled. So if I was to push this pawn, it's protected by the knight, and if they take, then I take, and they got their rook on there, so that doesn't really fall through right now. So if I go up with my rook and start doubling them, that seems like it would be a very good idea. So that pawn is unable to go anywhere, and if I could get it off there, then I've got quite a bit here. So they have taken. Now they are not attacking anything. Now if I take this, I'm attacking their rook. So I will have two things attacking their rook, and they have one thing defending it, so we will do that. My rook is looking right up his king side there. Material is equal. And I always like to get many pieces off. So when I take, well, they're not going to allow the rook to be taken by the knight, but if they leave that square open and my knight goes here, then I'm attacking that pawn. And they move their rook, they're going to have to be protecting their queen because my queen will be looking at them. And if they go here, obviously I just take their queen, so that they would possibly want to take that. Okay, so they go over and take my knight. So I will take their rook and still protecting that pawn, so I ended up winning the exchange in that one. We just hope that there's not some sort of misstep here. So my rook is looking up here. Knight is looking at that pawn, and if I push it, the knight can't sit there. And if I double my rooks here, I wonder how much that will do. There, that will be problematic, I think. Now, if they go here, they put me in check. So I have to make sure that there's nothing that would be where I can't just take it. But let's actually attack the knight. And we'll see where they want to put that. Now they're attacking my rook. So I could consider pushing this pawn and attacking their queen. Or I could double my rooks, and there's a lot of pressure here. And I want to see exactly what kind of pressure, because for 11 minutes, okay, they're not attacking anything besides that rook. So if I go over here, they could come here and they would be attacking that rook. But if I start taking things off, I need my queen on it as well. So I can't really put my queen there. I could put, well, no, not there. So let's get this rook out of danger. And I got them both on this file, which is right up to where they have one rook there and their king. So, I mean, they could push the pawn to obviously just stop anything. That is exactly what they have done. Okay, so my queen can't go there. Stop looking at it. This one here, it really is not that great. I really wouldn't mind now having them both on this file, but I mean, would they have done that if I didn't have the pressure there? If I get a rook over, then I can start thinking of my queen going there, here, yeah, and putting him in check. So we'll do that one first. And the king has that as a flight square, and if I push that pawn, then they take me and I take back. So perhaps I should just do that. And there might be something that my queen can do really even better than going here. Well, if I put them in check, then they're going to take with their queen, obviously. And then I take with my rook. That would be the only thing, unless they want to put their rook in the way, and then I would go to the back rank and check them there. So we'll just find out exactly what they do, where they go. They come back here, they're attacking this rook, obviously. But if I put them in check, then they have to deal with that before worrying about taking my rook. And obviously, if they go there, this rook can just go down and take it. So I don't think they will want to do that. So that knight seems a little bit I don't like him there, but he's not at the moment attacking any of those pawns, so they put their queen there. So if I go up here and put them in check, then I have either to put the rook in the way, then I would go here and put them in check. So I have to consider it all here. I think we will do the check here. Check. And now their queen can't come back there at all. So if they go there, hmm, queen is looking at the knight as well. Okay, so they put their rook in the way. And now if I go check, then they can put the rook in the way there. And exactly what does that mean? Can't really just take it. So I take the knight right now. Then I have a queen and two rooks against the queen and the rook, and they really have to watch back there. So I put my, no, my rook can't go there and attack the queen because of that pawn. So I am going to do the knight because if I put them in check, they can put their rook in the way, and that will mean my queen has to obviously just like I can't just go back and keep doing that. So now if my rook comes up here and puts him in check, then if they did put their rook in the way, well then I could exchange a rook off. So do that. They put the rook, I take, and then their king takes, and what can my queen do? So I'm moving their piece now. That would be pretty magical if you could just move your, oh, it is checkmate. Oh, I didn't even realize. Okay. Well, that was pretty fantastic. I was going to do that, and even if they could go back, then I guess, oh, yes, my queen stops them from being able to move. Oh, I see. Well, that was fantastic. Thanks for watching. Bye.